Okay, we finally got it right.
Yep.
Welcome.
All right.
Yeah, we're live now.
Okay.
third,
I can
third
I
time,
can stop sing. I can stop singing.
third time's a charm. We, for everybody that's watching, if there's anybody watching, uh,
I can stop singing.
yeah.
Third time's a charm.
Oh, hold on. Now I got to mute my other stream here. There we go. Yeah, it was a little crazy there to start. We started off with the intro and didn't show that. And then I came in and introduced Ray and didn't show that. And then finally we got around to starting the broadcast. So a little bit of a glitch to start off, but not too bad.
Well,
Not too bad. At least we're here.
no.
Yeah. So how are you doing,
And
Ray?
good. I'm doing very well, thanks. Yeah.
Good.
No snow down here in Florida, so I feel bad for everybody up north.
We got maybe half an inch. It wasn't enough for me to go out and shovel it. Um, I had guys come by this morning to take the oil tank out of the basement, and we've got one of those stairways that goes down to a door in the basement. And I didn't clear the snow, and they were able to carry an oil tank out out the basement door. So, it wasn't that much snow. And, good exercise, get out and, brush off the cars or the cars that are outside. I keep mine in the garage, but the girls
To be honest with you, Gary, I do not miss seeing the snow. Never mind shoveling it.
yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I was on earlier with Roger this morning, and the guys from Western Massachusetts and Rhode Island were on, and they got hit big time.
Socked. Yeah, I was watching John DiNardo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch a lot of those shows, but sometimes don't comment because I don't have anything to add. I'm there.
That was the first time I saw him in person. So it's like you get to meet somebody for the first time.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. No, yeah, you were on his show this morning, weren't you?
Yes. Yeah. First time I was on Roger's show. Yeah.
Roger's a good guy. He brings a lot of the community together. I wouldn't have met a lot of these people without Roger, But and the other one that's particularly good, and he actually you were on that show when Ken Herron showed up, weren't you? Yeah.
Your show.
Yeah.
He showed up on your show. Yeah. I know. He popped right in. I know. It was your first show, right? Your first show with Ken Herron.
Yeah. And I go on his show in the afternoons sometimes, and I'll pop in to his chat in the afternoon and sort of plug this show. And he always says he's going to send me an invoice for the promo. So I try and be a little more subtle.
I learned so much from watching Ken's videos over the years now, and I get a kick out of him. He's a comedian. He's an entertainer.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
he's so good.
And he teaches. He shares his knowledge with drones.
Yeah. No, he's very knowledgeable, and you're right. He's an entertainer, a comedian, and a singer, and it's it's amazing the stuff that he can do, and the community that he's built around himself too, So I got a really needy dog.
Hey, Paul Murray, how you doing, buddy?
Paul Murray.
Dennis Lovelady.
Dennis Lovelady.
I was just talking to Paulie about you, Dennis.
Let's give him a wrench. Let's make him a moderator.
Dennis, yeah, he's got to be a moderator, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've started. It says, "Well, we'll be on shortly." Hold on, we'll change that now. There we go. Ray, do you think I should show that video so people can see it?
Yeah, probably, definitely. Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll play it, and it probably come up without sound again. Um, I can play it. I'll start at the beginning again, and I'll leave us on screen, and we can kind of comment as it goes by. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it doesn't want to play the sound.
I don't know. I'm not a tech guy. I'm sorry I can't help you, Gary.
Yeah, because I'm not getting the share audio button with it. So there we go. Can anybody see that besides me? Oh, you might get the sound through my speaker. This is the one that I
I'm
always
hearing
do.
it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry through my speaker then.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. Now this is a park in Oakland,
Dennis
Ontario.
is saying the volume is low.
Yeah, yeah. That is an Avro Lancaster, World War II bomber. One of two left flying in the world. Here we are watering broccoli seedlings. Oh, a sewage plant.
You have a variety of nice clips here, Gary.
Yeah, I just sort of popped a whole bunch of old stuff in together. This is Brantford, Ontario, and there's the armories. That's where my son first joined the armed forces. He was a cadet there. These are tundra swans just around the corner from my house. There was thousands of them one year. You could see them out there in the field. I've always wanted to fly with Canada geese, but I've never been able to catch them.
No. That's a beautiful shot right there. Can you imagine living on that
cottage
that island?
Yeah, he owns that island. Not enough dirt there to bury a gopher. Just a big rock. This is that's a monument to the War of 1812. This is a charity motorcycle ride that I was covering. This is Port Dover. Oh, and you just saw there a dog jumped in the water.
Yeah. I love my favorite is water and boats and beaches and
This is Lake Erie. So across the other side there would be Pennsylvania. And this is Port Dover. This is a motorcycle event that's held every Friday the 13th, except this Friday the 13th. They just couldn't get that many people close enough together with the COVID and whatnot. Whoa, that's close.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Let's go up and try it again.
You were very lucky there.
Yeah, really lucky. This is directly behind my house. This is Northern Ontario in the fall last year.
Pretty, very pretty.
Yeah. That's Port Dover again, the same place where the dog was jumping in the water in that sailboat. So. Nice little town.
Now, are they Florida Pelicans?
Cuba. That's Cuba, and that's a Cuban beach right there.
Do the Pelicans speak Spanish or Cuban?
Oh, they speak Spanish, yeah. They don't do what you tell them to do. And this
hey,
is
Peter Carroll. Thanks for coming.
This is people playing into the sandbox. Hey, Peter. We're just showing my intro over again.
Hi, Gary. Hi, Ray. How's it going?
How
How is
you doing
everyone?
today, sir?
Doing pretty good, thanks.
How's things tomorrow?
Yep.
Not sure yet. We haven't got there yet.
Well, you're Saturday. You're Friday there now, right?
Yeah, Friday morning. Yep.
Yeah. So you're tomorrow.
Okay.
Speaking to the future.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've got Carpenter Rick has joined us, and Dennis Lovelady, and Herman, Phantom Flight 101. Paul Murray's here. So we've got we're gathering an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The word is getting out.
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't hurt to promote your stream, I guess. But so everything's good down there now, Peter.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Your COVID.
Yeah, they've had a little bit of a hiccup in Sydney just the last couple of days. They were just waiting to see how that's going to work out. But hopefully they'll jump on that pretty quick and get it sorted out. But apart from that, it's still going pretty good.
Yeah, we're in a bad way up here. I think we're going to be in a red zone starting tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll be shutting everything down for Christmas. So yeah. Dennis, I'm only 14 away from 1,000. I've hit 1,000 about 5 times, Dennis. Last week when I was on, I think I was only 8 away. So I've lost 6 again this week. Seems like the more live streaming I do.
I don't understand that.
Oh, and Rick Halver's here too.
Yeah. Hi there, Rick.
Yeah. So we're getting quite a.
Hello, Rick. How are you? How's everything in California?
Rick Halver's a moderator too. There you go.
Yeah.
He says, "Howdy, Rat Kelly."
I've been called worse.
I had the bank one time make up checks for Gary, and they left the R out. So they went back quick.
Yeah, hi to Desmond Donald. Well, I think Desmond's David, isn't it? Is he David?
Yes, Desmond's daughter.
Okay, yeah, I've seen him on Canadian Drone Shots when I.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
And also hello to Drone Shots.
Yes, Jody. Jody's been in since since I think 3 o'clock this afternoon. So it's kind of nice to see everybody, and thank you for joining. And I send out a lot of invitations, but I know that this is a bad time for a lot of people. It's right in the middle of dinner for most people, so it's. But it seemed like
we eat early. My wife cooked an early bird special today.
Oh yeah. Well, we generally eat here around 9 o'clock at night, so
okay.
We have a late lunch, and we've just sort of adjusted our times. My daughter works late. My wife is doing volunteer work, and I think she's finished around 8 o'clock, so she'll stop and get pizza on the way home, and we'll go from there. But and it's nice to to warm up the audience before everybody goes over to Ken Heron's show.
That's right. Yeah.
They can all warm up their typing fingers. So it's.
Dennis Lovelady said he would have came on as a guest, but he's having dinner pretty soon, and he's a guest, I think, at his son's house.
Oh, okay. I think I've sent Dennis an invitation a few times. I don't know if I did this time or not. And what I do is when I send out the invitations, I BCC everybody, so it's a blind carbon copy. So when you do get an invitation, don't worry, your email address hasn't been shared by to everybody. So it's but it's nice to have somebody to come out and talk to. The first time I did this, I think I did 40 minutes, just me blabbing away about nothing, which was difficult, And Anybody seen a drone Christmas ornament? Oh, that'd be interesting.
No.
Yeah, thinking about it. Yeah, thinking about it. That would sell.
Yeah.
I think.
Unless it's a drone stuck in a Christmas tree or something like that. That could be it.
Well, yeah, that too. You know, a lot of kids are going to fly their drones in the house and go right into the tree this year. Day after Christmas.
I'm going to have to work on that. Hang on. I'm going to let the dog in, and I'll go get you something here that I made, if I can find it.
Because I know when I was firing my tallow inside the house, I got that tangled up in the curtains a few times.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. So far, I've been lucky. Knock on wood. I've been very lucky. I haven't really crashed I haven't had a serious crash with my drones. Yeah. The cheap toy drones are so hard to fly, though. They really are.
Yeah, that little tallow I've got. That's a very good drone to fly inside because that it's very stable. That'll just stay in place and just hover really well. It's an excellent little drone to fly inside.
Yeah,
you can crash it into walls and that, and providing you've got the prop guards on, it won't do any damage.
Yeah, I see Roger's joined us now too. Now, speaking of Christmas ornaments, I should probably carve one. This is something, I don't know if you can see that or not.
Reindeer.
That's a reindeer that I carved for the Christmas tree. Made it on a scroll saw. Oh,
okay.
Nice. Very nice.
Face. And then I've got another one that I made that was, I don't know, 5 inches high. But now if I can make a reindeer that's, what have I got that's can compare the size to? Hang on. There's a big nail clipper. So it's smaller than the nail clippers.
Oh, wow. It's tiny. Yeah, that's tiny.
Yeah. Well, there you can see it in my hand.
That's good, though, that you're crafty like that.
Not much to it. But so if I can make that, I should probably be able to carve a little drone, eh?
Why not?
Hang it on the tree. I don't know if I could do a Phantom. I could probably do a Mavic.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know they must sell them.
Yeah.
I bet you.
Yeah, I've been spending more time on YouTube on the woodworking channels than on the drone channels lately. Just
Mm-hmm.
coming up with little things. That by the way,
Tim.
That was part of a stud in the house, and our house was built in 1860. So that's hemlock from 1860.
Okay, wow.
So,
yeah, I remember seeing a channel on YouTube a while back. It was just a guy who does wood turning on a lathe. There was one video, I think I've only watched one, but he made like a coffee mug or something out of this huge lump of wood, and I think it had millions and millions of views.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really amazing.
Some of the stuff, like the woodworking stuff, is really big.
Yeah.
Surprising. Some of these channels, they have 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers.
Yep, that's right.
So I don't know. I don't.
Tim Jackson has one of those 3D printers. He could probably make those little drones. Maybe.
There you go.
I asked him in the chat. Maybe we'll see if he answers.
Yeah. I haven't seen Tim in the chat.
He was there a bit earlier. I'm not sure if he's still there. He was a while.
Well, Dennis Lovelady, he has a 3D printer. He makes some good things too.
I think he made. What do you think,
Dennis?
He made one of his ukuleles on the 3D printer.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they can make.
Oh, it is really, and where do you go from there? My daughter is getting a thing called a Cricut for Christmas, and it's like a printer, but it cuts out vinyl or small, like thin veneers and stuff.
Okay.
But it's it's like a CNC machine for really thin material. So, all of this stuff is above
Well,
and beyond your own.
it's
Oh no.
it's nice that. Hey Jim, how you doing,
Hey,
my
hi,
friend?
Jim.
Now, Jim, did you make a drone, like a Christmas tree ornament drone? I'm just sort of watching the chat go by here.
Oh, Jody does it too. Jody does 3D
Okay.
printing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a plot. Yeah, that's right, Jody. It's a plotter cutter. That Cricut thing is a plotter cutter. Yeah. So.
What does it use for cutting? So like a laser or something like that, or?
No, it's got a little knife. It's got a little knife
right.
that drags around or something.
Okay. Right.
I don't know. I haven't seen it work. I saw the box.
I remember Tim was making a little Yoda. He was making a Yoda little statue, and it took him probably 30 or 40 hours just to print it.
Yeah. Oh, I know some of that stuff. Well, but it's the sort of thing where, you get the file, you set the thing and it goes away and does its thing. It's not like you have to sit there for 30 or 40 hours and cut it, like this thing here doesn't make itself. That's that you got to sit down and figure it out and start going at it, but
there's no computer program for it.
I'm not
a
craftsman.
No,
but I can see, Gary, you are a craftsman. There was one time one of my old partners was retiring, so I figured I'd make him a nameplate with his old badge number on it, and I made it out of a block of wood, and I used a jigsaw, little hand jigsaw, and I cut out the numbers. It took me days, and it was the ugliest thing. And I gave him it when he retired.
I built a mailbox to put out by the road because we have rural mail here, and I showed it to a couple of the guys that I motorcycle with, and the guy said, "Oh, that's amazing. That must have taken you hours." And I said, "Hours? It took me 6 weeks." Oh man, you just don't know who's good. You just don't know who's good.
I'm out.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
There, Peter.
How you doing, Matt?
Good to see you, Matt.
Going good, thanks. Going good. How's everything?
It's going good. You know what happened, Matt? You didn't go on Friday and just ruined my weekend.
Oh, sorry about that. I did apologize. You heard me.
I just don't know how to start a weekend without Matt Moore.
You're sitting in the corner with your head buried in the corner. Going,
just weeping.
We were lost. We were lost, Matt.
I wasn't. I was able to concentrate on the judge duties with that, Matt. This worked out well for me.
Wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that.
Oh man.
Hey, Roger. Say good day to everyone in the chat. How are you? How's things going? Fantastic.
Yeah, we're getting by, eh? It's Christmas. We're not going to get to see a lot of family up here anyway. They're kind of shutting us down here, but
Are they? I'm lucky. I got back to my place. I was going to go to my sister's in New South Wales, but they've just had a COVID bank. So if that was the case, I would have been stuck in bloody Sydney again for another 2 weeks or whatever it is. Oh my God.
They've closed the Queensland border down again, haven't they, at the moment?
Have they? Yeah, I haven't looked today.
Not sure if they have or they were talking about it.
I wouldn't doubt it, mate. She just hears the words close the borders.
That's right.
I see Andrew or Ksenia, or Andrew and Ksenia may have joined us here. I just popped them a blue wrench. Make sure they feel at home.
Gary, have you got any restrictions there on the amount of people you can have in your house for things like Christmas or anything like that?
Yeah, nobody.
Oh, okay.
We we were planning to go visit my son's kids. My son Chris is currently in Baghdad, in Iraq. So we were going to go and sort of fill in him at Christmas and bring all the gifts along, but they've restricted our movement now, so
Okay.
that's not going to happen.
I'll tell you what, if you're an astute child, right, who believed in Santa, you would now be thinking that there'd be no presents dropped off because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be asking questions if I was a 6-year-old.
We have Santa coming by on Saturday. The Saturday before Christmas here in North Palm Beach, Florida. Santa is on the back of a fire truck, and they go through all the streets in the whole village.
Oh, yeah.
And we go out and meet him every year.
There you go. And he doesn't have any trouble getting that sleigh without snow, eh?
Yeah, there's a few sparks. Yeah.
Is my audio good? I think there's a big delay.
Sorry?
No, I think you're okay. I've seen you freeze up a couple of times, Ray.
Oh, Peter.
No, I don't fall for that one these days.
No, you don't. Whenever anyone asks what their audio's like, we go, what? Couldn't hear you. What was that, mate? Even if it's perfect.
Free Laugh says here now, Santa's fine. He was vaccinated 4,000 years ago. Yeah. And Tomas O'Sullivan has joined us. So we're just screaming right along.
Thomas, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Thomas.
Mummy, why am I the only 6-year-old with a moustache and glasses?
What?
That's what he wrote. He wrote it about me. Yeah.
I saw a photo someone put up on, or a little joke thing that someone put up on Facebook a little while back about Santa, and the picture of Santa and all the reindeer all tangled up in a wind generator. I think the heading was, it was bound to happen or something like that, you know.
Yeah, that wasn't here last year.
Yeah.
So much for using lychee on my sleigh.
That's right.
Hey, look at where we got Poosa here. They declared Santa an essential service. There you go. So he's exempt. Good on you. I like that.
Oh, milk and cookies defeat the virus. Santa inoculates as he delivers. So, oh boy, these guys are quick.
You got a good crowd here today, mate. They're right on it.
Yeah. I see there's 19 or 20 people watching at the moment. So
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
don't forget, hit that like button for Gary. I know he appreciates it.
Yeah, and I could use a couple of subscribers too. You know, I'm
You're not far away, brother.
like I said, I've been there 5 times already. Might as well go for 1,000 again, right?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then it's dropped back down again and then come back up again.
Well, hold on. Here we go. Let me just pull this down off the wall. 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, look at that.
February 13th.
Nice.
Well, what the hell happened?
They come and they go. Right?
Who did you piss off? Who did you piss off, Gary?
I've had everybody.
Ah.
But I've had as many as 1,020, and then they drop them off. You know, I started live streaming. I think I had 995. I started live streaming, and now I'm down to what 986. So let me just see. Did I lose any today? No, I'm still at 986. So there we go.
I got 3
We can
today.
fix that if you like.
Yeah, unsubscribe, everybody.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Won't hurt my feelings. You wouldn't be the first one.
I think you might have lost a couple after you put that sombrero on a few months ago.
I put it on again last week.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
There you go.
That'll be why.
First
Yeah,
blood bloke to
Last
get on
week,
the live stream and have a
last week was
siesta.
crazy hat week.
Oh, was it?
Well,
Ray, last week was Crazy Hat Week, mate. Not now.
What?
oh man.
I'm kidding, mate. Bloody hell. Look at this. Ice Spike.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Who
haven't
was that? Who was that on your mug there? Who is it?
Jesus. No, that's
Oh, that's Jesus.
no. It is Christmas.
Not quite,
That's Santa.
no.
That's Santa.
That is Santa. He's
Oh,
that's Spike. Yeah.
Well,
I'll just
man, from Australia.
like this is there for a minute.
Ice Spike is West Coast though, isn't he? He's more
Yeah.
like over Perth way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out in the middle of nowhere in Western Australia. Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah.
Perth's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, Perth's a beautiful place. Really is. But God, it's closer to Cape Town, South Africa, than what it is to Sydney.
Yeah, just
God damn it.
Oh, and Brian Mack, BMAX Aerial Visuals, has just popped in the chat there.
Oh, it's going downhill from here then.
yep. How you doing, Brian?
Ray's just being polite, Brian.
Well, he lived in New York. He was up on Long Island for a while.
He was. Just reading the chat here. Got a fun, folks. I take it you mean you got a run, Dennis.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's a guest of honor at dinner.
Guest of
All right.
honor.
Must be
Enjoy
struggling for-
dinner, Dennis.
Well, yeah.
Must be struggling. Must be struggling for guests. Oh, Peter.
Oh, Ron Lockwood, RL Photography. How you doing, Ron? Hope your recovery is good. Is Ron fully recovered now?
Yeah. Not to look at. I mean, he's still what he looks
Well,
like, but yeah, he's okay now.
He's back to normal.
Yeah, back to normal self.
That's good. That's good.
Full of enthusiasm. I think he's back at work. I think he went back this week, maybe. I think, or the week before. God, I don't know.
Yeah. It's been going through the community. I mean, first it was Ron, and then Kelly and Ashley from Ken Heron's show, and Lawrence from those guys. It's been
Nacho rolling.
Nacho.
Oh, yeah.
Drone and tech guy, Mike, he had it.
Jay Bird,
I don't know.
I think he had it.
Did
Jay
he?
Bird got it? I didn't know that.
Oh, a long time ago, I think. But you can't quote me. I don't know. But no,
Cool.
it's been everywhere, right?
So Gary said. Rick Hamler. It has, and
Matt, and Peter, are you guys getting the vaccine in Australia yet?
not
Not
yet.
yet. I think we're scheduled. I think for around about March next year. I think we're supposed to get it. Give or take a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that.
Well, they've started giving it to healthcare workers here, so probably get around to old folks like me around February or March. But
Hey, you're allowed out again, Pete. You can go anywhere you like.
Yeah. Yep.
God damn, that was four or 5
In
months.
Florida, you can. Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Florida.
Still got a
open.
few restrictions, but it's pretty good now. We still have to wear masks if we go like shopping in busy sort of shops, but just the local sort of shops, you don't have to wear a mask. I've noticed, that no one's wearing masks in the local shops, and I think as far as like for family gatherings, I think we're allowed up to 30 people or so, which is pretty good. So
yeah,
Just
almost
in
like
time.
normal.
you don't see anybody up here without a mask. Everybody's got a mask. It was.
I was talking to a gentleman Yeah, yesterday he's a boat captain, and he would not come close to me. I asked him how old he was. He said 87, and I just can't take a chance. He had his mask on. I didn't. I felt a little bad, so I took out my hanky and I put it on around me,
Mm.
and he was worried.
Yeah.
He and I can understand why.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, when we go to shop, my wife will go in or I'll go in. We never go in together. You know, just to have half as many people in the store seems like we're doing the right thing, right? And
You
here
guys
they only let so many people in the store at one time. So quite often you have to line up to get in. They let one out, let one in. You know, so
and the other night, my wife and we made an appointment to go to the Apple store. I was having some problems with my iPhone 6, and I went down, and I figured, well, maybe we'll look at buying a new iPhone 12. And when we got there, the technician said, "You have 15 minutes." He didn't say it rudely. Don't misunderstand me. He was polite about it. He says, "And we don't have any salespeople here. You have to order a new phone online, and they will help you set it up online."
really, and that's it. Wow,
Mm.
wow.
I just got blind Neil down here. How many people are wiping down their groceries once they get them home? My mum and dad get home delivery, and that's exactly what my mother was doing. She was wiping all the bags. She was washing all the fruit and veg and all that sort of shit, and anything that anyone's touched, she's wiped to take it. You know, because Dad's a bit crook, you know, so he can't be getting that either. So she's she's disinfecting everything, and man.
Well, we were in a drugstore the other day, and they have a UV scanner. You can scan everything with the UV light and kill germs.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that and I've heard that, but I don't know how effective it is.
Yeah, I don't know, but we use the Santa.
Yep.
I call it paper cut detector.
Yeah, you're not wrong, eh? You're not wrong. But something about that, which I was reading, was it's absolutely useless because it kills bacteria, not virus. Because it's always been a bacterial killer. Alcohol kills bacteria.
You're really, Gary. You really got to put up Jim Boyd's comment. You got to put it up on the screen.
Oh, God damn it, Jim.
We're gonna get the comments here. Where did he go?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that'd count. You know.
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah.
I think so. It beats the toilet paper that he's usually got around his mouth.
Oh, and there's Dan from Drone Worship. Moto drones now.
Good old Dan. I think you are a woman there, Dan.
You think Dan's a woman?
Well, he said if I was a woman, we'd all be in trouble. I think
Look at this super good looking fellas. Oh, Dan's obviously drunk or just woken up. He's
Hey, Dan.
got his beer goggles on. He changed his thumbnail too. Okay, so he's got his egg cup on the top and the camera on the egg cup. I'm not sure. Let me just going to do some research with it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Who else? I just saw somebody. Oh no, Ray Kelly did join us. Yeah, hi Ray.
See it, Brian. Brian's heading out to dinner. That'd be KFC tonight, mate. Where you going? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's quite effective.
Yeah.
Quite effective. Actually, what's his name? Art got wind of that, and on every live show for the next 2 or 3 weeks, he was shooting shots down. He did that for a while.
Okay.
He hasn't got COVID, so it must be right.
Hello, Bob Casey. How you doing?
That's who I saw. Bob Casey. There you go.
Hello, Bob. Like his video he put up today. That was a good video, that one.
I
Flying
know.
through that metal bridge.
Yeah, I watched.
God, I haven't seen that. Oh, bloody
Yeah,
hell.
and then he followed those train tracks. It was
Yeah.
amazing, Bob. Really, really nice video.
Well, I'll have to go back and watch that.
Hmm.
Has anybody else had trouble getting YouTube notifications?
Well, I didn't get that one of
Yes.
Bob's.
I haven't got
Yep.
a notification for anybody in about 3 months.
You have to ring the little bell. That does it.
Oh, I rang the bell. The bell rung. In fact, Matt, I unsubscribed and then resubscribed and then rang the bell, and I still didn't get it. That was a few weeks ago on your show. Remember, you said,
Yeah.
"Oh, Gary just subscribed," and yeah, that's because I unsubscribed and then subscribed back in. I think
And that's
maybe
what,
that's what happens to me. People unsubscribe and then they forget to subscribe back in.
yeah. It's easy to lose track of people, though, man. You know, I don't know all of my subscribers, for God's sake. You know, I wouldn't know if any of them unsubscribed. I'm not giving anyone ideas in the chat there, so you know, enough of that. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, even Jim frequents my channel all the time, and blah blah blah, and he was unsubscribed as well. So if YouTube's done that,
I had 1,000.
You should send that back, Gary. That doesn't apply anymore.
yeah, get a refund.
Well, it's not like I was going to be able to monetize anything. You know, you have to have 4,000 watch hours, and when you post 4-minute videos, you're never going to get 4,000 watch hours.
At least you're getting 10,000 views a video. You'll never do it.
Yeah. You know, and I suppose having 19 or 20 people watching your live stream helps, but you know, that's really not why we do it. You know, we just do it to try and bring the community together, right? You know, and you know, and I got to warm up the audience for Ken Heron. I don't know what his show would be like if I wasn't here to, you know,
Oh, that's right. No,
to get everybody going. You know.
Yeah, Dad. This is what I heard as well. And I don't know why. It seems to be counterintuitive, really. YouTube's picking and choosing what they want to send out, and it's their way of keeping channels small. Why do they want to keep channels small? You know, this is weird. You know, because I've been doing it a couple of years now. 700 odd bloody subscribers? Whoopie do. What did I get? 46 or 47,000 views, right? And yet I noticed yesterday for the first time there's a bloke that's been on for nearly 12 months, I guess. He's got 96,000 views with the same amount of subscribers, and the videos regularly get like 1.3, 1.5k views. How does that happen? He's not in Australia either, and this is the thing. It's very difficult for some reason to get anything rolling in Australia.
You know, some of the money some of these people are raking in, though. I was watching a guy. He does small engine repair. Basically, they'll find something in the dump or something and bring it home and put it up on the lift and take the motor apart, put it back together, and make it run. And he's got 235,000 subscribers or something like that. It's crazy numbers. He does these videos that are an hour and a half long, where he just goes through the whole process, right? It's almost like watching a movie, but it's just him, you know. And when he's wrenching on something, he said, "Well, watch, step back." Like, can you hold this for me, you know? But they were doing a review of his channel and talking about how much money he makes, and this guy, on AdSense, after Facebook takes YouTube takes their 45%. So he gets 50% of the ad revenue. He's making about $235,000 a year fixing up old motors once a week.
That's better than his mechanic's wage, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. You know, but you know, the rest of us, well, we take whatever pittance they throw our way. You know.
We got a fishing guy here in Florida, and he was the first ones to go on YouTube doing fishing videos, and
Yeah.
he has a lot of subscribers, millions of subscribers.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's funny. You just have to find a niche that works, you know.
Yeah.
And he has a funny name for his channel. It's a fishing channel,
Yeah.
but he calls it Deer Meat for Dinner. I mean, he does some hunting too, but it's really a great channel.
Wow. You know, yeah. It's just finding your niche. Now there are a lot of us with drone channels, you know, and a few that are, you know, pretty successful. You know, I'm thinking of Ken Heron and Ken Dono and
even still, they're not that huge.
no.
When you look at it in the YouTube sense,
Yeah.
they're not that huge. You know, it's
No.
it's weird. Sorry, mate, I interrupted you there.
Oh no. I don't think anybody's making a living on drones. You know?
No, I don't. It's too hard, and this is why Dan's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, he's recognised that. I mean, we all know there's lots out there and all that sort of stuff. But what it comes down to, well, for me anyway, it's not so much of wanting to make a living out of YouTube. It's just whacking me stuff up, having a chat to anyone who pops on, and you know, just enjoying what everyone's doing. You know, I'm getting absolutely sick and tired of these Facebook groups, let me tell you, and Reddit and shit like that, because everyone's got an opinion, and it ain't good.
No.
You know, bullshitless they must be.
What do they say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they all stink.
Mate, unbelievable, unbloody believable. Some of the shit I get on Reddit, it's crazy, man. And I just think you're dumb shit.
Time to start rebuilding junk.
Hey, Chris, Sunrise Water Media.
I should probably take my Osmo downstairs and start recording woodworking projects or something, you know, just to...
Start another channel up, mate.
Start
another channel up. Yeah. Call it Blockhead.
Blockheads.
Yeah. Something like that. And do your channel, mate, and just record it, put it up. Because as we all know, the less effort you put into a video on YouTube, the more views you get.
Yeah, true that.
A lot of times,
I found that out. Yeah,
people go watch me making that.
Petey, 10 million views on every one.
That's right.
Gary, I got it. Make a video on how to make the reindeer.
That's right.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. That'd probably go all right, mate. You know,
maybe I'd make a bigger one. I don't think you can make a video of something that small.
You know what? That's unique, and people will watch that. They go, "What's his mong doing?" And they'll have a look and go, "Oh my god, look what he's doing!" Yeah, dude, that's something a bit different, man.
Yeah. But you do what you can, right? And that's maybe that's the way. Maybe you're right. Maybe a different channel. You know, and then you can have it so that it's it's woodworking and make it for kids. You know, show them how to build a birdhouse or something, right? And then you get that kids audience. You know.
Yeah.
I know. I lost three.
There was one guy I watched. He had made. I'm sorry. He had made a video about cleaning your headlight. You know how they discolor and fade a little bit?
Yeah.
He made a video on, I think he might have used WD-40 to clean it. And that thing went viral.
Yeah.
I think there's was it WD-40? Might have been, no, what was it? Vinegar and bicarb soda. And I was just out I was at my place one day, my mate come home, we're talking away, and he goes, "Geez, they're all cracked up, aren't they?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, they're a bit old." Well, they're nearly 10 years old, so I've got all these cracks and stuff. You know, there's surface cracks on those on the headlights and all that sort of shit. And he goes, I saw something the other day about vinegar and bicarb soda. And he goes, it just comes up brand new. And I said, really? I said, all right. So I've got some vinegar and my bicarb and I just mixed it together. And I went out there. You got to be kidding me. It just came up like a new bloody headlight. Unbelievable.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, you know, anything you need to do, you can look it up on YouTube, and somebody's already done it.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
Dead right.
you want to fix a hinge.
Hey, Carlos, how you doing?
Yeah, somebody's done it, right?
Exactly. JK. What did I see here? Here we go. Yeah, make a video about nothing. Seinfeld made millions. Exactly right. Yeah. See? Yeah. Shut up, Carlos. No one asked for your opinion. Oh dear.
So, Carlos, tell us, where you going flying this weekend? You and the drone bum. Where you going flying?
See old drone bum crashed his FPV drone rather badly.
It doesn't sound like him at all.
No. Broke one of the legs off it.
What drone?
One of his little FPV ones. I'm not too sure what it was, but crashed. He was flying around in like a park area, and he just tried to flip and ended up diving straight into the ground, I think, and broke one of the legs off it. He showed a photo of it at the end of the video.
It's got legs on it. What sort of drone that is?
The little arm thingies that the motors hang on the end of.
Oh, because legs and arms are different, aren't they, Peter?
Well, legs are on the back. The arms are on the front.
If you're a spider, you got lots of legs and no arms. So
Is that? That's right. How do they change channels?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've been out flying that bloody Tiny Hawk. I got batteries on the way. They're coming. Oh my God! Finally decided on which ones I was going to get. I've got like 10 of them coming, so that's a good thing. You need them. You need 10. You get out there, you fly a couple of batteries. Going home. You know, another nearly 2 hours later to charge a 450 milliamp freaking battery. Oh, come on.
So how's that going? You're getting into the FPV now, or?
Man, I love that shit.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's flying again. You know, it's I said a few weeks ago, you know, I very rarely go out and fly my Mavic just for fun because there's no fun in it, really. I'm flying the camera and I'm flying to get footage. The actual flying part of things, it's not flying. And when I used to fly fixed wings and all that sort of thing, it was flying. You had to hang on to it. You had to watch what it was doing and all this sort of shit. And this is what FPV's brought back again, you know. And I'm thinking, this is why I got into flying, because the enjoyment of it is awesome. And it really immerses you. I didn't fly FPV with fixed wing. There was a few of my mates who did. But this whole FPV immersing you in what's happening and watching, and it's really good, really good. I'm not enjoying the video breakup. As I go behind something, oh shit, where am I? You know, all of a sudden, oh, there I am. And then I sort of got to try and get my bearing. Oh, there I am. And off you go again. But it's interesting. It's a different way of flying, obviously, you know, because once you start pitching forward and all that sort of stuff and giving it full throttle, that throttle's no longer up and down. It's forward, and your up and down is your right side. So you go like this. And then as you obviously bring it back up again, you got to drop your throttle a bit. Otherwise, straight up in the sky. But really interesting to get back into it again.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
And I want to get a better camera. This is obviously in the future because I'm nowhere near good enough to be doing anything at the moment. Once I get these 10 batteries, I might improve a bit. But I want to incorporate some FPV in with some of the shit that I do, you know, so that'll be interesting.
Well, there's Andrew.
Good evening.
How are you, mate?
Good, yourselves.
Oh, cracking along here, man.
Gary, I finally got to make it. Yes.
To help him out, Andrew. He's about 14 short of another 1,000 and another certificate.
Andrew got me there on February the 13th.
Did he?
Andrew lost 300 in the span of a couple of months not being on, so I don't know if I can give you much help right now.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know, if you collect
All right.
those, they don't add up. So if you've got 4 of them, you haven't got 4,000 subscribers. You know that, don't you?
11,000, we hit it 27 times, if I remember right. So don't feel bad. It tends to ping pong. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've hit it about 5 times, and I've topped out at about 1,020.
Yeah.
And now I'm 14 short. That's as short as I've been in a long time. So, you know.
And the algorithm is changing. I mean, they talked about it last year. It was going to change a lot more. They want more realistic representation of who's actually watching you if it hasn't been watched in a while. They've always kind of done that, but they became a lot stronger with it.
Yeah.
But there's going to be glitches. There's going to be a million things playing into it. So you're just going to keep on trucking along, and people will pick up onto it.
Well, see, this is the thing, right? You know, I can pop a video out like I did, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, where I didn't actually do any flying. I just went in there and said, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, videos coming out, blah, 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 blah. I get 100 views on that, right? Average of 100. If I don't put it into Reddit or Facebook, and on average now, if I put it into Reddit, depending on what it is and where it is, you know, you might get 500 on a video. But if I don't put it into any of those external media, the actual views from YouTube are dismal, absolutely dismal. There's nothing happening, mate. Yeah. You know, over a period of about 3 or 4 months, I might get 250 views. You know,
I was wondering if I could show you guys a channel that I like to kind of consider my share screen. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while on stream. 1 second. This channel is a great example. This channel was started April 1st, 2020. And right now he's almost at 3 million subscribers.
What the hell?
Really? Oh, wow.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yep. He's been on the news, which helped him a lot, but already they covered him on the news because his channel had jumped so much. But it shows you, and I mean, a lot of the great YouTubers say, you know, chance plays a big part into it. He came at the right time when everybody needed something wholesome in their lives. And he's a guy who grew up without a dad. So he was just making videos to help kids that don't have dads, you know, how to tie a boat, how to tie a tie, how to unclog a drain, etc.
Yeah.
And it was at the right time, the right place with COVID and everything. And everybody just needed a feel good story. And he just happened to come along and fit the bill. And the rest was history. But his support has gone down a lot, as you can see by his videos. Now he's getting 49 and 33,000, which are great views, but not characteristic of a 3 million channel.
No, that's right.
But you see, 6 months ago, he was getting 1.1 million in that because the algorithm was hugely favoring him, and that was working in his favor. So you can have all the good things as well, and sometimes their luck does play a big role into it. You know, the algorithm gets rolling, bigger YouTubers start blogging about you. I mean, there's things that get you in the name. The same as if you have a bad channel and somebody shouts you out. You know, a big channel, it's great. And I see channels stuck at around. Somebody was asking about a channel was at 96,000 and getting around the same views. A while ago, you guys were talking about one that happened sometimes 2 years ago. Say a channel with 700,000 shuttered them out. But people went and they didn't really cared much for it. It lasted for a couple of videos, huge signups, and then it kind of fades off. Then it kind of dwindles, which is worse in the end because now the algorithm says, look, you had a chance to be seen. People didn't bite, so there really is not much here to tell others about.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's shut out too early or when you're not set up for it, and that can be actually detrimental way more than helpful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now that you've stopped live streaming, are your views way down too?
Oh, of course. I mean, because we're a live streaming channel. That's the curse channel. You know, evergreen growth is pretty much, you know, I mean, we're still getting views and we're lucky. But yeah, it's nowhere where it was for sure. We used to bring on an average every 28 days around 450 to 600,000, sometimes 800,000 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, compared to hours, I don't know, maybe, you know, 50,000. I'm just thinking because I got to convert it over in my head from hours, somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
What?
How many subs you on now?
We just dropped. We were at 11,600, and we hit that one 35 times. We were kind of in a bit of a mess with the algorithm. And then after we're done, now we're down to 11,290 or something like that. So we lost about 300 over the last 5 months. We haven't been on.
Okay. Has it been 5 months? Are you serious?
5 months around. It was. We did well in the spring, like viewer wise. Honestly, that stuff is okay, but we had a lot of trouble with the algorithm. And so we had to kind of let the channel breathe. We found out some through YouTube that was kind of screwing with our channel, but the damage is already done. So you got to wait it out.
Yeah. You had a lot of troll trouble too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, let's call it for what it is. And that's the one problem with live streams. Live streams are the worst place to breed jealousy. And I don't care what niche it's into. I've heard it from the checkers niche. I've heard it from the drone niche. I've heard it from the knitting niche. No, every niche is like local towns. Like, oh, you think we have an expression here? If the weather's bad, wait 5 minutes. They think it's original. Same with trouble and drama in a group. You know, they all get the same characteristics into it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It's so emotional because every time people say they're on here to have fun, but let's call it for what it is. I'll find a lot, especially in the live stream area, or tend to be gunning a little bit more. And if somebody got a $5 super chat, well, that should have been my money. And let's go live and say how much we hate them because we can do it really fast. And, it's almost turns into witch burnings all the time, not just with us. I mean, this happens all the time, many different places.
Yeah.
It does. It does. And people will normally write something on their keyboards that they would never normally say to anybody to their face.
Of course.
You know,
You're right.
All YouTube has to do is make us register for free to be on here, and everybody quakes in their boots when they hear that, because then it would be this. There would be a name attached to the comment.
Yeah.
Most of the trolling go down, and if you don't register, you can't comment, you can't like, you can't dislike, you can't report.
That's right.
9/10 of the problem is gone because it would be valid viewers. And if they had a point, I mean, people, you can't expect to be liked by everybody on here. If you do, you're setting yourself up for a dismal experience. Nobody. Name me one TV show that everybody from toddler to 95 enjoys with all their heart and agrees on. I mean, that's just part of it.
It's funny, because I don't know, ages ago on one of my videos, and I put all this work into it, and it was the Spark. I always remember it was in the Spark. I can't remember what it was. It might have been Waterfalls or something like that. Anyway, beautiful, man. It turned out really nice, and I was really happy with it. And I got my first thumbs down, and I just sat back and I'm thinking, what don't they like about that?
Yeah.
All these nice comments, and that one comment I was going, who did that? And I'm trying to find out who the hell it was. You can't do it. And I think, why don't they like it?
Oh, Matt, you should have hired a private investigator.
I always said I had two favorite types of commenters. One that says, I really love what you're doing here, and blah, blah, blah. And the other one that says, I can't stand what you're doing here. This stinks, and I don't want to see it again. They're not trouble. I respect them though. That, you know what? That's honest, and you can't be for everybody. And I like somebody who knows what they're doing. Going, they won't be a problem to you. They're not trolls. They're not looking to be a pain. They're being honest. It's not for me, and I'm going to find something that I enjoy. To me, I respect that just as much as saying I like what you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I'll post a video and I'm not sure about the content, and I get positive feedback, and I think there's got to be somebody who sees what I see wrong with it, and nobody ever makes a negative comment.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll see a video and I thought, oh man, like this guy should edit this stuff. Like you're going towards something, you think, are we ever going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Or I like to chop mine up into 3-second or 8-second segments and keep things moving.
Right.
When I edit a video, when I've finished editing it, I sit in the other chair over here and I have my wife watch it, and I watch her eyes, and if she looks away, I make a note. Take that out, take that out, take that out. Because it's not capturing a non-drone person's,
yeah, exactly. And that's what it comes down to. But I'll tell you something, Gary, if I ever comment on one of your videos and I write nice location, I think your edit sucks. All right. And I don't mention the flying.
Okay, I'll remember that.
So take that. I'm not telling anybody else. I'm just telling you, Gary.
Nice location. Edit sucks. But that video that I showed on the chat on the live stream today, Ray saw it. I don't know, was Peter here? But all of that was raw right over the drone. Nothing color graded, nothing, just little short clips and just lots of them really quick. And I think there's maybe 20, 25 clips in 4 minutes, you know? So that's what you really have to do to keep it interesting, right?
There is a flow. There is a flow to a video, you know. It's
oh, this one didn't flow. This one was this one was all over the place.
Yeah.
There was stuff in Paris, Ontario, Port Dover, Ontario, Cuba, farm stuff, plowing, combining.
Well, you know what? That's
motorcycles. It was everywhere.
Yeah, but movies have lots of different locations, and to me, when you're an editor, you're a composer.
Yeah,
and that's why I love editing so much, way more than shooting video. Video is the tedious. I know for drone guys, that's more of the hobby into it. But as far as shooting for like my own stuff, I don't like doing it. I love the editing. It's a god complex, whatever you want to call it. I love the control of it. I love the timing, the music. I love setting the tone, how people are going to feel, because you can't tell them what to feel. But if you do it right, they should feel in the same area parameters you've set for them. And I love that part of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You know, vision and audio, you know, goes together hand in hand. It can make or break a video. It can make or break a video how you cut it, how you edit it, how you move, put transitions in, and all that sort of stuff. And this is why I haven't done it for a while, but this is why I go out with my earbuds and I have my music going that I've got for that location. And I'll set shots to the music, you know, and put it all in, whatever I feel there. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It ends up in the trash. But like,
I'll listen to the song sometimes out. I'll listen to it, you know, sometimes 100 times. I want every little sizzle in the hi-hat. I want to know every pick scratches in between it. And then when I started, I put it in Adobe Premiere. I'll start listening to music again about 3 times. Then I'll play it and I'll start tapping on the M, which is marker. And I'll start setting out my key points. So like dun 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 dun. Then I have a rough idea where all my edits are going to fit, and I have an idea where to space everything, what I got room for. Then I start doing like a rough draft, and then from there I'll go in. Then I'll start narrowing it down, getting it right on the edge.
Yeah. I expand my wave file and I watch for the beats of the snare, the hi hat and kick and whatever like that, so you can see them when they hit, and you can smack on, mate. Smack on that.
And it makes a big difference. It really does. You know, think of yourself in a movie that was badly edited. What got you a lot of times? Everything was off timing. You know, it wasn't. That's the sloppy edited B movie versus a great cinematic one.
That's right. That's right. I did I think a 2-year video I did. Anyway, I did a lot of editing on that, man. A lot of cuts. And the music to the music and it gives a whole, I think even Brian said needs more drama. Well, he was being sarcastic because there's so much drama in that, you know? He was having a bit of a laugh. But the cutting, and you're right, it's the editing process, which is another step into the process of taking drone footage. And this is why I got into DaVinci. This is why I only shoot in D-Log, because when I get back there, I want to paint the picture. You know? It's fantastic.
What sort of time does it take to edit a video in that way? Say for a 5-minute video, how much time would you have to put into it to edit the way you're talking about now?
Oh, I would say 10 to 20 hours off and on.
Hours and hours,
It's like your rough edit. Like when I do the rough edit, that, you know, goes pretty quickly because I have the song down, you know, I do more clips. It's that later on, and like Matt was saying, that's then when I have them roughly done, that's when I zoom it in and start going for the beat and that's when you start like drone. I'll give you an example of the stuff that bugs me in drone shots. I see a lot is say like they're going to hover around a building. And they got this great shot for 15 seconds, but they didn't cut off the first 2 seconds where they got up to speed or fully straightened out.
Yes.
That should be cut. That should be cut right there. Get rid of that off and leave that even if it's shorter. That's what got flow to it, because that notch is what knocks you off visually when you're, you know, it's not following music. It's not following a normal pattern.
Yeah.
You know?
Even some of the orbits and stuff that I've done in the past, when I'm going like this, I thought that's a really beautiful shot. But in the middle of it, and this is why I say to everyone, if you're doing an orbit and you haven't quite captured it, never adjust that speed with your left stick, because the camera will go like this, right? and I always adjust and catch my speeds with my right stick. So that's and you very rarely see it, and it's a smoother transition to catch that yaw speed.
Right.
But I have in the past, I've had a nice, beautiful, and right in the middle, I'll just go frick, right, and I won't use it because shit.
Now you see what I would have done there, Matt, was I would have used it until it glitched, right? And then I would have taken the other part after the glitch and run it backwards. So
You see, to me as editing, if somebody would brought it, that would be say like it was a semicircle orbit, and halfway through it went. Okay, now we got to deal with that glitch in the middle, and I wouldn't have it because it would knock the ear off. What I would want to do is say like, say it's a ship, okay, out in the water, and they go around halfway, it glitches. What I'd maybe do is put some of the coastal at the beginning and fade that in and out, then fade back to the coastal in the middle and fade in again around the end. So you get your two pivots, you still get to use them and use it as a drawaway point in between it. Like kind of use it to your your advantage, excuse me.
Absolutely. And I've done that with flying mistakes in the past where I've ripped the camera or something like that. But what I've actually done in post is I've used that rip for a transition into the next day.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Making a positive out of it. There's always a way to work around it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, sorry, fellas. We're in a conversation here.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
But you know what? Everybody's learning something, and
That's all right.
You know,
This is how you learn. This is how you learn, listening to the experts. It's good.
right. It's fun to listen to people who knew what they're talking about. You know.
The mistake is everybody doesn't sit down at the end and look at it honestly. And you know, from like reviewing channels, like I never tear down channels. That's not my thing. It's none of my business. Who the hell am I to? Nobody has the right to. That's their work. But I do get people like, why do they not like it? You know, if you sat down and looked at it honestly, and nobody does that when they're done to sit down as a viewer and say, if I was watching this, would I stay? Would I want? Does this last 4 minutes look like it's wasting my time? Does it look thrown together? Does it look rushed? We know the answer already. We almost want to get it done and get it away, which is a normal reaction. Let's override that and just be honest with yourself. Like Gary was saying about his wife, if she turns away, that's a great thing to do. You know, that's a great judge. It's a great metric to say, yeah, something's wrong here. We're almost hoping people won't notice that part. You know, like, oh, they won't see that. You know, they won't mind it, but they do. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
Hit from a song was on the radio, and the guy played the lead, and halfway through and lost half of his notes. Well, of course you're going to hear it, you know, even if you're not a musician.
Exactly right. Tell me something though, mate. Are you a musician?
I used to work for, I played, I was a drummer and a guitar player, but I also worked for a big music company called Jam Industries. I did Marshall Canada, Pearl Drums Canada, Digitech. I was their marketing coordinator. I worked with and that stuff. Yeah.
This is why you do what you do. It's true. It's true. And I find there's another bloke, I don't know if you're aware of him, Cody Carr. Now, I checked his channel out when he first started up, and I thought, bloody hell, this guy's got his shit together. He's really editing well and putting it to music. And about 4 or 5 videos in, I see him, and he does a little bit, and he's playing guitar. And I'm going, there you go.
Yep.
Because he's got a creative side to him. And that seems to go hand in hand with anything to do with creativity. You want it to be good, you know. And even Kenny too. He was involved with the music production. Kenny Cardoso.
Oh, Kenny Cardoso is amazing. I've been him up for the last 2.5 years. He's got all his phone for like the first year, that them edits and that. Like, I mean, it's unreal.
It's good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked Kenny's stuff a while back, you know, and as people did, and and it's these things you find out later that it's not just what they've done; it's what they've done in their past and what their interests are. And you'll find that anyone who puts a lot of time and all that sort of thing is in some sort of a arts industry or something like that, anything to do with creativity and making stuff, and you know, it's it just sort of flows on to that too, because that's your personality. You know?
I noticed that a lot in what we did because we deal so much with different niches, and my hat goes off to everybody who's here. because you've already taken something that takes a lot of time and patience, whether it's droning or whatever, and decide, I'm going to make my life tenfold harder. Now I'm going to learn how to edit the stuff. Now I'm going to learn how to put in music. Now I'm going to have to learn how to market. I'm going to have to learn how to make thumbnails. I'm going to have to learn how to social media push it. There's a lot of hats that are worn onto it, and I always salute anybody who does that. That's really going above and beyond.
Now, Kenny's ears must have been burning because he's in the chat.
Kenny, sorry, I've been missing all
Yeah.
that.
Kenny, that bloody Kenny's useless. I hate his shit. It's terrible.
Yeah.
What? Kenny gave me some advice before I went to Cuba. He was saying use the parallax shots, right? And the parallax shot is huge. I mean, it gives you a whole new dimension, right? When you pass something in front of something else, it just makes the shot.
It's amazing when it's done right. Remember, Discovery Channel got hooked on it for a while in the late 2010s to 14. Everything was parallax. Everything was double. They showed the loggers. They tend to overdo it once they get hooked on a thing.
Yeah, it's like a trend.
Yeah.
I like using it like I did a couple of mountains a few months ago, whatever it was. Anyway, so you get the top of the mountain and everything like that. Now you're moving slowly around this mountain, but the back's whizzing around, right? It gives that it actually moving quicker than what it actually is. And I've done that on few occasions like that. And also found another one that I did. It was masking, and what I did, I was filming this canoe or whatever it is. Anyway, the tree went in front of my thing, so I masked that off and went to the next scene. I just thought I'd try that out. Why not? And it's cool, man. I like that, but I wouldn't be using it in every freaking video I did.
Right. Yeah.
It was just something that I actually did it twice in that video because I was, so chuffed with myself. It wasn't that spectacular, but it was something different to do within DaVinci, man. And geez, I love that program. My God.
I said Premiere just because I've been working with it for so long. We had a business, we could claim it. If I was getting in today, and I recommended everybody DaVinci for the power you get for the free version alone.
It's ridiculous.
No touching it. It's unbelievable.
It is. It's the best out there, mate. The only reason I went to it is because my Premiere Elements, which I used for freaking ages, which was fine for the Spark footage and the Pro footage that I wasn't shooting in log or anything like that, but it doesn't know what a 265 file is. It looks at me and goes, "Huh? What do I do with it?"
Yeah, I've heard that the Elements is very limited in parts. Yeah, I haven't used it.
It is. It is. It's a pretty basic sort of editing software. I used to use it just to rip shit in, and because I knew everything about it, because I used it for 10 years, and it was very quick for me to edit. But getting in this DaVinci, while I was learning DaVinci, I was still doing Premiere Elements. But as I got into DaVinci, I don't even look at Elements anymore at all for anything.
Well, if you're in DaVinci, then you got to compare it against Adobe Premiere. Like it's a way past Elements. I mean, between the quality, that it's a whole different ball game at that point.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of cost, and it's bloated now. I mean, like I say, we use it, and it's a good program. It's very good. It's easily comparable with DaVinci, but you pay a lot every month to have it. It's a big upgrade.
Exactly. See, I had Elements, and I was looking at upgrading, and I thought, oh well, bugger it. I'll go to the Adobe site, and I'll go down, and I'll buy Pro. Well, no, you can't just buy Pro, and they can shove it up their butt because there's no way I'm paying a bloody subscription for this shit. So I had to find the alternative, and well, obviously she's the one to do it.
It is. Oh, without a doubt, a very robust program. Very good.
Man, I love it. Can
I just say one last thing about you guys were talking about a while ago? We were talking about trends and going too far. You guys were talking about the drone community. This is something that's the same everywhere. A lot of you, I'm sure everybody knows. I'll take Peter McKinnon as an example. Peter McKinnon is a fantastic YouTuber and very talented, and he's very good at being Peter McKinnon. The problem with it is there was 5 million after tried to be Peter McKinnon.
Yep.
Everybody's so worried, and this really happens in live streams. A while ago, we were talking. The biggest plague on YouTube is everybody's worried what the other one did last week, so they want to do it too. Oh, he got an extra 1,000 views with this. This is the way to go. I'm this way now. Whether they understand it, whether they don't, whether they're good at it, whether it fits them, what they do, they spend so much time worrying about what the other one's doing. They don't worry about what they're doing, and that hurts creativity. It hurts feelings. It hurts it feeds the jealousy. There's so many things come out of that one action all the time. And I've seen it for channels that would come up a month later and they were completely different from what they did. But then you get them there. Yeah, but I seen this one did this last month and they got so many views, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to be it. It's not asking what's what's been done out there. Nobody's asking what hasn't been done. What's missing? What is the question that hasn't been answered yet that people want to see? That's why Peter McKinnon got big, and many others. They did something that people weren't doing at the time.
Yeah. It becomes
that's something that I think a lot gets missed into it, you know. And you guys probably see it a lot too. I see with the drones. I can tell when Ken Heron puts out something because I see a lot of Ken Heron versions popping out the next couple of days on that, or vice versa on any names that are out there. You know, no matter who it is, you don't have to be somebody else. They made it by not being somebody else, no matter where they are. It's by being you.
And you know, sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That last thing was, you know, Ksenia and I, for instance, people said, "Oh, well, how their channel grow fast?" Because we worried about being us. What made us special was her and I, you know, our chemistry, our dynamic. You know, I'm from Canada, she's from, whether you like it or love it, that's what makes us different. Nobody else can be us. If we're trying to be somebody else, we're going to be a horrible version of it. And if we sat down and did what the one did last week, we're going to do a horrible version because what are they going to say? Well, compared to this one, you did really bad.
Yeah.
It stands out. There's nobody to compare it to. There's you.
That was exactly what I was going to say.
Sorry,
no, you're right, mate. No, you're absolutely correct. You know, the person who you're mimicking might be an expert in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you mightn't be as good as that. And you've just said that, mate. Yeah. The video you did, it was okay, but it wasn't as good as that. And this is where they'll falter. You've got to go to your strengths and things like that. I mean, there's a million trillion videos out there of great drone footage, great editing and all that sort of shit. I can't compare to any of that. Right. And I don't try to compare to that. I just do what I do. And as I'm doing, I'm growing and learning and getting better at doing certain things. Yeah. I might see something and go, I want to try that. And of course you can do that. But it's definitely nothing that, you know, because I have seen some videos, and this is why I'm starting to want to incorporate some FPV stuff into my videos and things like that, because it breaks it up again, you know. There's not a lot of channels out there which will do a Mavic 2 Pro FPV video, put it together, you know, and it'd be a nice little surprise if you've got the Mavic Pro going around. Oh, it's lovely, and all of a sudden you do a dive, boom, down into some trees. They go, holy shit, you know. I say, well, that battery must have run out on the Mavic Pro to get that footage.
Oh,
like the enthusiasm. But that's what's important. I mean, everybody is shooting with DJI mostly on the drone side, and then FPV of theirs. And it's like, how do I make this different? What do I bring to the table that's different?
Exactly.
How do I pitch it to everybody? You know, we are characters on here in some shape or form, and what do we bring to the table that nobody else is doing that way?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
one of the things I go looking for is farm equipment. People love to see farm equipment in the field, and nobody else is doing that. You know, a lot of them done a couple.
Well, you know, Farmall, Gary, Farmall Fanatic. There's a great example, a niche within a niche, not even just antique farm equipment, but only on the name Farmall.
Yeah.
He changed his channel last year, and now he's gone to what, 17, 18. He just hit 18,000 the other day.
Yeah.
People are eating it up because now YouTube looks at him as the authority on it. We are, when it's said and done, the world's biggest encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And the more he's built his name around one thing, a specialist on, because there's enough doctors, they need specialists. And that's kind of what it comes down to. So anytime somebody's looking on Farmall equipment, he's a great catch. You know, oh, this channel does well. It covers this topic in full. So most likely they'll find the answer there. Let's recommend them more.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah, that video that you showed earlier, Gary, I love that, the overhead shot of the sprinkler, you know, watering the paddock there, and just the patterns that it that it put there every time it sprayed the water. That was looked really good. That.
Yeah.
You commented on my video, didn't you, Gary? Was that you?
Which one?
When I had that top-down shot of that sprinkler at one of the lakes I was doing. It was you. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said, I like water guns too, and you left that link, and I checked it out. I said, oh shit, yeah, there you go. Original.
But there are shots that I see in other people's videos and say, I can do that. I should do that too. Like I had one where I was going over the pond, and I decided to put the camera straight down to see the reflection of the drone in the water. You know,
That's cool.
It was kind of a neat shot. You know, you got to see what was taking the picture. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard that how to find a photographer. You put 100 people in a field with a tree, and 5 people will take a different picture than everybody else standing there like this. That's the whole point, is to get that shot that nobody else takes, to lay on your belly, to go between the branches, to not get all the tree in one shot. And doing that is an amazing example of it. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it was hard. Even when I first started, my whole premise of flying was because everyone had a drone and they're all at 400 feet and they're all taking footage. And my whole idea was, well, I don't want to do that. I want to go through shit. I want to be low to the ground. I want to check shit out, as well as incorporate that with the top shots. So a lot of my stuff, well, I'd say every video, I'm a, you know, maybe a few feet off the ground taking footage somewhere along the line through rainforest and all that sort of shit. So that was my idea of immersing and getting different footage out of a drone than what anyone else did, because I'd never seen it. So that was the way it was. And that also, it was good because I was just starting with the quads back then too. And it was ultimate line of sight, because I'm kneeling down and I'm watching it go through freaking gaps. And this was with the Spark, so it wasn't the Pro or anything. So I'm watching it fly through shit, you know, I'm right on it, you know, but getting that footage, you know, and people just weren't doing it, you know.
No.
So that's always been sort of like, I don't know, my style, I guess, of getting high and low footage everywhere, because both can be quite spectacular to see.
You know, a lot of the high stuff, you don't get any detail, and you don't get any perspective. You know, like you know, there's a tree way down there. How big is that tree? I don't know. It looks small, right?
Yeah.
Down there, you climb the tree, and then reveal what's behind it. Then you get a perspective of what the tree's about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't done drone footage, but I do have. My son and I used to shoot a lot of trains. That was our thing to do on the side. And I think drone is the same way. You're going to get your purists that hated that I ever put music onto it. They literally would tell you how much they despise it. This makes me sick with some of the quotes. So, and then you have the other ones who want it that way and want it cinematic style. And, you know, the same with drones. You're going to have some that go they want to see the flight, nothing else. They want to know gauges, you know, altitudes, nothing to do with scenery, cinematography. And other ones that are going to want the more cinematography, the Cino style. There we go. I'll make it easy on myself.
Cinematic.
Cinematic, thank you.
Just say buttery smooth, Andrew. Buttery
I don't do buttery smooth. I crunchy peanut butter is what I like to know.
That all comes in post, mate.
That's right.
God, who come up with that bloody? Oh, I'm going to headbutt them. But anyway,
all they use that term, don't they? Everything's buttery smooth.
Oh, yeah. No, that was the one that said it. Now that was probably like, I figured out my head, but nice to Peter McKinnon. And then everybody sent their videos for the next 9 months, you know. Look at B-roll footage after Peter McKinnon. He stopped even doing B-roll because he didn't want to look like him at the end. You know, they sickened him on his own style.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, tell you what a weird place this is, isn't it? It's just crazy. If you let it, I mean, there's been plenty of people that's got to and they've just slammed it and got out because it was too much for them. That's if you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and you'll find that you're not getting anywhere. It's like anything, you know, you've got to be right place, right time. It's like being discovered in a band, you know, you right place, right time. You can work for 20 years and not get anywhere and still be playing down the RSL, you know, with a TV screen behind you. You might be fantastic, but you just haven't got that opportunity to go anywhere. And it's the same with this joint. No one can be a millionaire. Everyone can't be a millionaire.
No.
You know?
No, you can't. If you're setting yourself up that you're setting up for heartache right off the bat, you're going to be miserable on here. You're going to be, there's no way to be happy because it's not going to come fast enough for you. No matter what it is, it's always going to be not enough. And it's just going to be more and more misery and more bad feelings. And, you know.
Yeah. And this is where people get bitter, jealous, all this sort of shit. And this is where the comments and the bullshit starts to fly, you know?
Yep.
And
every 1,000 we had a new group of people that loved us, turned against us. Every 1,000, it was like almost you could set your watch to it. The ones that stood up free when the other ones did at 2,000 and said, oh, they're wrong. Now at 3,000, they despise you just as much, and they've gone to their side and they're running you down. And the same thing at 3,000. It goes on and on and on. It never stops. You think you've seen it, and it's past, and nope, it's going to be right back again.
It's unreal.
It's like clockwork, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unreal. The globe is alive.
No, I don't think it's right to advertise on other people's channels. I'm sorry, that's not. Go check. You can look at my channel, Push the Stairs, and check out my rant video if you want to see what I think of people who do that.
Just to let everyone know, heads up on that. That goes for an hour. That video, 1 hour. Yes.
The first one was we had to edit it down for time. Yeah. Gary knows my style. I'm pretty.
I know
him everywhere.
And I hid her from the channel, but I didn't block the comment. But I'm famous for that on Ken Heron's show. I go on around noon, and every half hour or so, I say, "Don't forget to watch me at 6 just before Ken comes on." So and he's been on the show, and he said he was going to send me an invoice for the promos that I do.
Yeah, advertising. That's right. Every time you feel happy, someone tries to tear you down. Just go through it. Yeah, exactly right, mate. Exactly right. But this is the thing, and this is the stupid thing too about how the human brain works. You can have 100 people say, "Fantastic, loved it, it was awesome, great job," blah 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 blah. That one person that says, "This is shit, you're an idiot, I hate you," that is what stays in people's heads for some reason. I don't know why. And you got to be able to get over that shit, because if you met them in person, they'd probably open the door for you and say, "Oh, off you go," and they'd be quite polite. But as I said earlier, keyboard warriors, mate, they'll say anything because it's a faceless bloody comment.
Oh, we've been called everything in the book, and then some. And it's hard when it's your wife sometimes. But I mean, we kind of. Like one guy said about extending with her super chat, what a streeling, and he called her the bitch. He called her a bit like that streeling bitch and all that. But I said, yeah, I don't listen to her. I just came for the tits. I wrote back as a reply, and that shut him up. He didn't know what to say to that one. I could get all defensive over everything, but I mean, you can't. You got to let it go. I mean, there's some that have been really hurtful, been called some pretty dedicated. But you got to pick and choose between some of them, and some of them just wore off and ducks back.
Well, this is it. If you start arguing, it's a never-ending conundrum of crap. And you did the right thing. You just made fun of it and said, "Bye, you dickhead." Whatever.
I'm not going to lose sleep over something like that.
That's what I said in the intro to this show. Is this is going to be fun with no drama? There's no point. Right?
Yeah,
we don't want to talk politics. We don't want to talk all the other stuff, and we don't want any puppets. So,
yeah, and this is what the show that I do became because of the group of people we have. With Jim and Adrian and Chris and Ron and Peter. It was just something a little bit different because we weren't there to talk about drones. We were there to catch up and just take the piss, and it's just turned into that, and it's a great little catch up for everybody, and it's great to see the same people in the chat all the time. It's really good to, we get to know personalities and each one's little.
I take notes all week on stuff to discuss, and we never get to it because.
Oh, I'm guilty of that tonight. I took off topic.
No, but here's the thing. Yeah. This is about what I want to talk about. It's what I want everybody to participate in, right?
Right.
If it goes like the first show did and there's nobody else on, then I've got something to cover, right? There's nothing worse than being one person on here.
I know.
Blabbing for 40 minutes. And
I couldn't do it. I tried a couple of times. It's not.
And you're watching the chat and saying, "Oh yeah, okay, oh my God, what am I going to say next, right? How am I going to entertain these people?"
Some have the gift for it, and that's something I don't have, but some people can. I give them hats off to them.
Yeah.
I've seen that a few times. They'll just sit there and they'll just go through the chat and then I'll just discuss stuff that's coming up in the chat and all that. That is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
I think a couple of weeks ago I was at my parents' place and it was about maybe 20 minutes or something where I was just chatting away to everybody in the chat. I mean, kept going with the conversation, I guess. We were talking about all sorts of shit, but it's very difficult when you're not bouncing off someone face to face.
Yeah.
In that regard anyway.
Yeah.
Just because there's no emotion in a chat, lol. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
How many fights have been started because somebody wrote something not meaning what they wrote, but the other one took it the wrong way? And that, I mean,
Right.
and it's very easy to take out of context, you know.
That's
No.
exactly right. I didn't realize that every one of the comments on my videos was sarcastic.
Great location.
Dead right, Gary.
I think I made a comment. I think I made a comment about I couldn't tell the eye color of the squirrel on the side of that mountain. That you
Oh yes,
and somebody
Yeah,
said we don't even have squirrels here.
yeah, that was Peter.
Look at this.
Hey, Chris.
Chris,
Yeah,
how are you, mate?
Hi, Chris.
Just bear with me a minute. Apparently, the version of iOS I have on my phone, it stutters at the very beginning of every StreamYard.
Oh no, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all
You
was stuttering.
should update it to 14.3, Chris. That's the latest one.
Hello, Peter. How you doing, buddy? Brant,
Good.
Andrew, brother Gary.
Good to
Oh,
see
there is hope.
There's a wee bit there, as my man Matt would say.
Cleanse the palate.
It cleanses the palate. Hey, you didn't tell them about the mountains they wasn't vertical, they was horizontal. You didn't tell them the truth a while ago.
So I'm finding it hard to hear you, mate. What did you say?
So them mountains you was talking about a while ago, they weren't vertical. The ones you took pictures of, they were horizontal.
They were, and I just flipped the footage.
That's right.
No, that's a different mountain.
Mm.
You fixed
I'll
them.
try anything.
You fixed them in Da Vinci, all right.
Yeah, yeah. That was the handiest tutorial I've ever witnessed. That was fantastic.
I only got a minute. I'm not home. I'm out and about, but I thought I'd pull in and give you a little support, Gary, while I had a second.
you. Good to see you.
Email agreement. Aerial production. Stay in touch with the audience. That's right, Bob. Yeah. Dre recovery. I don't think I've said hello to you.
Hey,
How are you,
Ray.
mate?
I can't see the chat. So hello, everybody.
That's right. It's not the phone. It's your Texas accent.
You got all the lights off in your shop. I can't see your drill pin.
You got room to talk, Matt.
You got what?
I said you got room to talk about an accent.
You just keep trying to do my accent, mate. You'll get there one day.
I can't do it, Governor.
Well, that's what I was doing that interview with Chris Hope video, which I'm still doing, by the way. It's taken freaking forever, brother. And I was going to get my Chris Hope fake beard and all sorts of shit, and I was going to interview Chris Hope. So, but I couldn't do the accent. I was listening to you, and I'm trying to pull his Texas shit off. I can't do it, mate. I cannot bloody do it.
I can't do yours either. I can say bloody and turd and everything else, but it don't sound like when it rolls off.
Turd.
You can make turd sound like a piece of lasagna the way you say it.
Now, what do you think? What do you think of the Canadian accent?
Hey,
Hey, right.
Actually, it sounds normal, Gary.
It sounds normal. I've heard it described as a television accent.
A television.
television.
Made for
Apparently,
television.
Really?
we talk like newscasters.
Man, I tell you what, all them Hallmark movies are all filmed in Canada. Every one of them.
Unfortunately, he's right.
Do you know what? You just got to listen to Don Joyce.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
now he's.
I'm too busy looking at his tutu.
I know. Yeah, his tutu and his pink. Well, he had the whole hog, mate. He had the old arm gloves and all sorts of shit. Have you seen that, Andrew?
What's that? No,
Uh,
I don't believe.
Dude,
You
you
need
got
to
to
go watch
check this shit out. Go to Don Joyce's channel back when he was doing breast cancer awareness week,
Okay.
and they're all flying in tutus. Now, Don went about 10 times over what he should have, and he had the whole ensemble, right? So he had.
He got his point across.
Certainly did.
Pink tutu and tights with the big long gloves and the hammers and yeah.
And he's on his pier right out front of his shack, and there's people going past on jet skis and shit, and he's out there flying his Mavic, his Phantom 3, and he's got this pink, and he's dancing away.
You drone guys got issues, my friend. I've heard some stories coming out of here.
Dude.
I gotta see this one. I gotta see this. Yeah,
He looked like he had palpate gloves on.
I seen Kim when he had his tutu. That's the only one at the time that I think I knew that did it. But I'm gonna go back and check this out. you piqued my curiosity.
Worth looking at, brother.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing, dude. Because there was a few of them, and even what's his name, Mike. What's his name? Michael. Night Train. He did it, and Mars FPV down in Melbourne in Australia. He actually didn't have a tutu on. He had a French maid's outfit, and he was pole dancing. So,
oh my God. Wow. That I certainly didn't see, but I will have to catch.
yeah,
I've been missing a lot on this platform.
yeah. You do bloody live shows. You're missing all the good stuff, mate. You got some really bad stuff going on with your phone, Chris.
Yeah, making a lot of noise there, Chris.
Yeah, that phone of yours is. Okay, Chris, yeah, mate.
It's bad. Click here.
iPhone's got good sound. It picks up everything.
Oh, there we go. See, on our show, we didn't like going down them kind of roads. We weren't against all kinds of stuff looking like different things and that. So,
there you go.
Yeah. My eye was welded shut by the eyelash cement on the right side. Yeah, with no glasses and that, it was pretty hard to watch. So.
Dude, looks like you got conjunctivitis.
And that was from my point of view. I can only imagine anybody else stuck watching it.
The good old days, eh?
Yeah, the good old days. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, mate. That's fantastic. That's just a Friday night for you, isn't it, Pete? That's all.
Now, Andrew, you stopped doing the live streams where you drive us around. I enjoyed those.
Yeah, it was time to take a break. And I mean, like, I could go on and on about the YouTube stuff, but on the other side, I mean, everybody got hit with what happened this year. Our business plummeted, and our kids just honestly really needed us. And you realize that, especially the times that we were on. Yeah. We were on 6 nights a week, most times 3 hours a night, and that's right in the middle of when they're home for the most part. And it was just time to take a break, Yeah.
Well, I find once a week is plenty. I can't imagine trying to prep and get up to doing this more than once a week.
Yeah.
And the jealousy was a lot too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 47 years old. I'm not on here to relive my youth. I didn't. No, but like that, and I mean that wholeheartedly. There's a big childish side to YouTube, where people come like almost to compensate for what's going on day-to-day life. It gets almost like grade 7 all over again. I don't, you know what I mean? I didn't come on here to be a child anymore. I have kids. They don't need a kid. They need a dad.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, you will get drug into a lot of things that are beneath you, not to sound snotty, just to say by age category.
Yeah.
And that's not what I came here for. That's not what I want to be. That's not who I am. That's not where I want to go. There's a million reasons just in that alone. So you put all of them together, and it was just time to take a break. Xenia's health hasn't been good. We got a bad scare this year. They thought first she had cancer. We didn't want to be a channel like everybody else going on, we might have, by the way, our super chats are right down below in case you're what, you know what I mean? There's enough of that going on. I'm not here to do that. Yeah. I don't mind making money off of YouTube. I think everybody has a right, but I believe you should be somewhat of a decent, honest, legitimate business, the same as if you were a brick and mortar, you should be here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not craziness, not childish antics, not fighting, all that stuff. That's the world's hard enough as it is, and if people haven't gotten that after this year,
Yeah.
that's never going to sink in their head. You know.
They
Well,
won't, mate.
Yeah, one of the reasons I started this was just to be an escape from the reality of all the politics that go on and the COVID stuff, and
Yeah, but that's different. And the point is, you're not coming on here trying to be a child. You're trying to use it. Entertainment is an escape. That's what it is in its truest form.
Yeah.
But you still keep your integrity at the end of the day, and you're not on here trying to pretend like you're 16. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a thing for being an adult, and being on here is possible. I believe there's a huge market for that.
Yeah.
Because the YouTube viewership is getting older, not younger.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to be that. And we're going to have kids seeing this, grandkids, great grandkids seeing what we do here. This will never go. It'll be there in some shape or form, in whatever format. I don't want to be embarrassed 40 years down the road. And, I can go on, we goofy, you see what we did with but I mean, we're not the point of acting like children fighting with each other and tearing each other down and trying to find out where the other one lives and trying to dox them, trying to insult them and trying to get them in trouble. Like, that's not how adults act. And,
some of my content may be considered kind of fluffy because there is no controversy, but I do it thinking that my grandkids will be able to see it. My kids will be able to see it, and I don't want to post anything that would embarrass them or
no, exactly. My daughter in grade 10, and she comes home in tears, because of something, that they seen, and they drug up on about her father. I would be mortified for that to happen to them.
Yeah. But I feel quite good about tonight's show more than the others, because we've had some discussion here that's educated some people. We've talked about editing, we've talked about drones, we've talked about woodworking, we've talked about a whole bunch of stuff.
That's good though.
And I think if anybody joined late, they should probably go back and watch some of the stuff, even just skim through it and see what's interesting. And it's not me that's done it. It's you as a group that made it all possible.
And the input Peter's put in today has been invaluable for my
Right,
doing
Peter's like in those movies where you always see the big gangster that stands in the corner waiting for the right time to make his solitary move. He's letting us go over it. He's the wise one. He's just waiting.
He is. This is why he was on the live show with us, because every hour he'd come out with something that would totally insult someone, and it'd be as hilarious as all shit. And then he'd shut up for another hour.
Yeah, I don't say a lot, but when I do, you've got to watch out.
Yeah, that's right. That's why he was called the Zingbot.
Gary, if you'll indulge me, I have one more thing to share with you for your memory lane. We're talking.
Okay.
You were there, I'm sure, for this. Can you see it? And tell me if you can't hear the volume.
Name as well.
And in true fashion, I have a channel that does networking, and I've always pushed, networking is a people thing, treat it like a business luncheon. No, I got yous. No, all that stuff. Treat everybody as human. It's a great way to meet people. I wonder if I can share. Oh, I wonder if I can share. No, I'm just going to read. You guys can go back and look at it. We got a great comment here right in the middle when Xeni was talking about her mom. We were saying about her passing away. Sonic Hub Squid. Can I get a shout out? Please, I need subscribers. Well, Sonic Hub, here you go. First off, go yourself. So there you go. There's a great shout out. I want to make sure this is a good shout out. So Sonic Hub Squid, please, everybody tell him to go himself. There you go.
Well said.
Yeah. Sorry for the glitching, but yeah.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
One of my
I'll tell you something now, Andrew. That was my other channel I was trying to get.
She talked about her father one time for Father's Day. She did a quick video saying how, and it's true that he was murdered when she was 16. And when she went through and all that, and at the end, somebody did comment of all the comments, which normal people write. Love your video, watched in full, and I hit the thumbs up. Like it's just it's so YouTube. Yeah, you sound like you were glued to the message, you know.
You get that. You get that. I get ones that just say, "Great content."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Please don't over elaborate or anything. You know, we don't want to get lost in the jargon.
Which content did you enjoy the most? No answer.
Oh, yeah.
You were there too, Neil. That's right. Yeah.
I know what Gary's comment's going to be on the next video. Nice location. I can guarantee it. Or if not you, someone in that chat's going to do that.
Or comment, you should get a drone.
Yeah. Try putting it in the air. Stop flying low. You know?
Oh, Bob.
Got an Osmo mobile on a stick.
Dude, I've lost my tripod. Right, I took it down to Adelaide with me. I had some.
No.
I know.
Oh,
I took it off here somewhere. I cannot find it. I cannot bloody find it. It's giving me the shit. What the hell would I would have done with it? I mean, when I sit down, I'm still comfortable, so it's not there.
If you spin fast enough, you can make the thing fly, you know.
That'd only fly for about half a second at that rotation.
That's the thing. I put my phone in airplane mode, threw it up, and it crashed.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Sorry, guys. I got my daughter here. She wants to see me before she goes to bed, so I'm going to head out. Okay.
Yeah.
See you, man.
Uh,
Chat to you, man.
You too,
Andrew.
Peter. You take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to wrap up pretty soon too. I think it's getting close to 8 o'clock, and everybody's going to be heading over to Ken Heron's stream. You know, so and I think the pizza should be arriving. I can hear dogs barking, so there must be food coming.
I'll head over to Gary's.
Dead on.
Hold on, you're in the red zone. You can't go anywhere.
Well, thank you very much for having me, though. It was really great to hang out with you guys. So
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for stopping in, Andrew.
I'll tell you the truth. You were saying just one thing about all the conversation. You know what? Conversations like this is why I do enjoy this part of YouTube. This is what I enjoy about it. Is tonight.
Yeah.
This is as a topic to it. I'm meaning it can change topics, but there's a point. And a
Yeah.
live stream should have a point, just like a video. You know, and they really, so it was great conversation.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for coming, and you know, it was nice that you weren't shopping on Amazon while you were here. And
Oh, I did. Yeah. I bought a present for the guy I told off. I want to make amends. Money. Sweet or whatever he's called. He's good.
I can just imagine what you sent them.
Yeah, I got him Alexa. Have a good night. Take
Okay, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, mate.
Oh man,
Beautiful.
it's Andrew's not really in the drone community, but he certainly has a wealth of knowledge about YouTube and what we all try to do, right?
Oh, look, he's great. He's great to have a chat with on many levels. You know, I've been on a couple of lives with him in the past. You know, and it's always been an interesting chat with him. You know,
Yeah.
He's always got to. I mean, he saves a lot of homework when it comes to YouTube and all that. Now, whether you want to actually look into that or not, it's up to you. But when it comes to algorithms and all that sort of shit that YouTube's on about, you know, he's got his shit together. So if you want to know something about that, you know, he's the man for doing it.
Yeah. But
Ray Kelly, where the hell is Ray anyway?
he got called away for something a while back. I'll have to watch back and see what happened there. But you know, it was great having everybody on. This was the biggest show I've had for guests and for viewers and everything. And it's just stunning, you know.
Oh, good show, mate. Good show.
Now, I want an opinion. Now, next Thursday is Christmas Eve, and it will be Christmas morning where you are, right?
Well, yep.
And then the week after that is New Year's Eve is on a Thursday, and it would be New Year's morning where you are. I'm just wondering if I should be doing a show at all on those two Thursdays.
You know what? When it comes down to it, Australian viewers probably don't fucking matter on your show, because there'd only be, okay, I don't even know if there are any. So it'll be the Christmas Eve thing for you, and why not have a Christmas Eve show? Merry Christmas, everyone! Even if it goes for half hour, it doesn't really work. Doesn't matter.
No,
You know?
that's true. Yeah,
Chuck it on, mate. Chuck it on. Why not? Why not? And we can tell you what Santa's going to bring you tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll be around on Christmas morning if you're desperate for guests.
yeah. Well, I'll send you the email, Peter, and thank you for sending me your email and Matt's too. So, because Matt, I'd never been able to get in touch with you before. I didn't have your email address, and it's not on your channel. So,
No, well, isn't it? Okay. I actually I'm normally asleep this time of day because I work the afternoons and I'm knocking off at 2, 3 in the morning. So I'm asleep till bloody midday, and your show's well and truly over and done with by the time I get out of bed.
yeah.
But I've still got some time off here, so I got up and I just saw, bloody Gary's live. I'm gonna go have a look at this. I was on your first one. It makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's nice having you. Nice having everybody on again. And to see Chris Hope, and I think Chris Hope was on last week from the car, but
Again,
he kind of breaks up and does the here and there kind of thing.
he does. Yeah. Oh, shut up! Oh my god, this thing's going mental. See how popular I am. Oh,
Is that your debtors? Is it someone wants to be paid?
you're not wrong. Actually, Blind Neil sent me something. What do we got, Blind Neil? Why are you stalling? Are you going to start? Nice one, Neil. That's a joke between me and me.
Okay. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a wrap for tonight.
Okay.
Ken Herron comes on in 3 or 4 minutes. So if you're in the chat and still watching, and you go over to Ken's channel, hit hashtag Brant Ariel's Raid, so he knows that my advertising on his channel paid off.
You paid all that money, mate. You got to get your money's worth, don't you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, or at least let him know that he gave me my money's worth. So.
That's right. Oh, did you, Neil? Sorry, mate. I didn't see it. Well, anyway, I've seen it now, so that's all right. Sorry, man. I'm just having a chat with the chat.
Anyway, thanks, guys, for stopping by. Everybody for putting up with us and watching. We've still got a pile of people watching. There's 11, so we'll call it a wrap for tonight, and hope to see you all next week on Christmas Eve. It might be a show, but we'll send out the invites, and hopefully Peter can get up early and unwrap presents for us. And
he'll have his mistletoe around on one of those halo things. He'll have a mistletoe hanging over the top.
Well, I come from a Swedish background, and we used to always open one gift on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
That was a tradition. So I'll get to open something here too. So anyway, thanks again for coming in, and thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you Thursday.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers, man.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. We'll catch you next week.
Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.